Today in Grow a Garden in Roblox, I have a tier list for you for trading seeds because hopefully in the update coming this Saturday, we're getting the trading update. And rumor is we're supposed to be able to trade seeds as well as trading pets. And this is the trading tier list I have currently. As we go through it, if you think there is a valuable fruit, valuable tree, which becomes a valuable seed that I'm missing on this list, feel free to comment down below and let me know if I should add anything. And if you want to be part of the first 100K OGs to subscribe to this channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button right now. And without further ado, let's get into the video. The first seed in this list is the Beantock, and personally I think it's not going to have a lot of trade value because it has been out for so long and so many people have beanstalks and beanstalk seeds, etc. I think in terms of trading value, it's going to be a D tier seed. Yes, the beanstalk is not easy to find in the seed shop. And if you have a Discord notifier, it should notify you quickly when they are in stock. And if you're like me, you're probably sitting on about 15 of them. Like I'm using a reclaimer to spam them over and over, hoping for a second giant beanstalk. And I haven't found it yet. So because of that, I don't think it's going to have a lot of trade value. But what will have more trade value is the burning bud because it is the new hotness, one of the newest ones in the seed shop. And as such, I'm going to put it in the B tier. I think it's going to have some trading value, but not nearly as much as other seeds moving forward. People really enjoy the burning bud. They love how big it can grow. They love how massive the flower can be. And burning buds look really cool. So I see them having a fair amount of trade value when the trading system comes out in the future. Having said that, there is something that has more value than the burning bud. And I think the dragon pepper is going to be relatively sought after because it was only found in seed packs. And there are people who did not get them. It's not that the dragon pepper makes a very valuable fruit, but it is relatively rare. And people who want to collect things, at least one of each, is probably going to want a dragon pepper. So it has some trading value, I think. Having said that, remember that all of this information is before the trading system even comes out. So I'm simply guessing with my best education behind me about these values. Things are easily subject to change as we understand what the market does when seeds are tradable. Moving on to the elephant ears, and I think this is also going to be an A tier seed for trading. I honestly don't think a lot of people had access to the elephant ears when it was available in those seed packs, and because of that, I think people are going to want to have at least one in their inventory just in case Channel decides to buff this or nerf that down the road. You never know what gets shadow buffed. You never know what changes are coming. So having these seeds on you as a backup is always nice. So because of that, a lot of these seeds do have some value. After that, we have the Amber Lily, and the Amber Lily is hot garbage. I mean, sure, the Amber Lily is more valuable than a strawberry or an apple or a carrot, but in terms of these rarer seeds, these rarer plants, it's really not that good. Its base value is garbage, and they look horrendous, and they're common as dirt in terms of all the rare ones, so it's just not that worth it. After that, we have the Fossilite, and I don't know about you, I was only able to acquire one of these after a bajillion seed packs, so again, it looks really cool. The tree looks really cool as well. So I'm putting it in the A tier. I think people are going to want to trade for at least one of these. Let me switch to my giant tree garden to show you what I mean. Look at that beautiful, stunning, glowing tree. Isn't that one of the cooler trees you've seen in the game? So because of its rarity and because of how cool it looks, I'm pretty sure people are going to be really interested in acquiring the Fossilite in the future. After that, we have the giant pine cone, the current most expensive fruit in the game in terms of the seed shop, and people are going to be hot under the collar for this seed. I'm putting it in the A tier only because it is the new hotness. Now, having said that, it's not like the plant grows really top tier fruits, but it is new and it is rare, so people will want it because of the hype around it. I'm currently sitting on about 4 or 5 of them, thank you Discord notification servers, and I'm trying to grow a huge one, though I'm not having a whole lot of luck. Now, the Hive Fruit was from the bee event, and as such, I don't know how many of them are floating around out there, but I'm gonna put it in the B tier. And no, that wasn't because I was making a bee pun. The Hive Fruit is relatively expensive in terms of its base value, but it's also kind of rare, but not too rare. I don't know. I don't see it in the A tier right now. It might even go lower than the B tier, but we will see what happens when the trading system comes out and the market starts to give us values for all of these seeds. After that, we're moving to the Dino Shroom, and guys, the Dino Shroom is an A tier. It's an A tier. If you know, you know. And once again, let me switch to my alt tier to show you why the Dino Shroom is an A tier. Just gonna move here and load it up. And you can still do this. By the way, there's my Dino Shroom over there over top of my head. And give it a second and boom, I have a Dino Shroom worth 8.4 trillion shekels. And before you start going on and on about the fact that the Dino Shrooms shrink when you pick them and shrink when the raccoons get them, guys, there's a trick. Don't let it get more than 7 mutations. Count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. As soon as it gets to 8 mutations, a bug occurs and they shrink and are worthless. However, if you leave it at 7 mutations, you can farm them at full value. So the Dino Shroom method, making you a giant Dino Shroom using the blood hedgehogs, is still valuable. And because of that, these seeds are still going to be valuable unless blood hedgehogs are nerfed into the ground. Now we're moving on to the maple apple. And for the time being, as of the making of this video, I'm putting it in S tier, but this thing's going to drop out of it quick. The maple apple is the current seed with the lowest chance in the current seed pack. As such, people are going to want to trade for it if they didn't acquire it. But in terms of its value, it doesn't make the most expensive fruits. It doesn't look the coolest. So this one's going to drop out of S tier probably as soon as next week when the new hotness comes out. After that, you have the bone blossom seed, and this is going to be a firm S tier. Even though there are lots of bone blossom seeds out there, people were able to farm up 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 plus with the events. They're still great. Their base values are really high. The bone blossom seed is great for farming. It also grows into a massive bone blossom tree for those people who like massive trees like myself. It is a top tier. And since you can no longer acquire them, even though many of us have many of them, people will slowly but surely want them more and more, and they will dwindle in supply. This thing is a firm S tier. I don't see it dropping out of S tier anytime soon. Now we're moving on to the moon blossom, and this may be a little counterintuitive, but not a lot of people have a moon blossom, and the trees are stunning. I'm going to put it in high A. I might even consider putting it in low S in terms of desirability. Those people who have moon blossoms are like, what are you talking about? But everyone who doesn't have one is like, yeah, I definitely want one for my garden. I see them having a lot of trade value in the future. And then we have the moon melon. I'm putting this in maybe top of B. We were able to farm up moon melons during, I believe it was the B event or the prehistoric event. And excuse my correction, I did not mean moon melon. I was in fact talking about the moon mango. Even I was able to acquire a couple of moon mangoes during the event, even though I was unable to actually be in the game for the original moon event. As such, the moon mango is going to have a little bit of value in case people missed it and they want one. As for the moon melon, it's still in the A tier because people love the moon melon method. The moon melon method has dropped off compared to other methods like the horn Dino Shroom method or the toucan methods or any of those other methods, but the moon melon method is so widely known by the general population. Moon melons are just kind of valuable. People love seeing giant moon melons in their gardens. And this moves us on to the Nectar Thorn. Now, the Nectar Thorn wasn't uncommon when it was being released. It's no longer available, but because of the Nectar Thorn method, where you can make massive versions of these, I think this could, I'm tempted to put it in the S tier. People underestimated this thing and didn't farm it when it was available. And now that we can make gargantuan one of these worth tons and tons of shekels, I think it's going to have lots of trading value when trading comes out. But I could see it down in the A. I'm going to leave it at the bottom of S. I don't know. What do you guys think? I personally don't have any. People I know don't have any. And people who do have them have massive Nectar Thorns. So I think it's going to be very valuable. And now we have the Spiked Mango. And I'm putting it at the bottom of S tier for now. I think it's going to drop out of it pretty quick. The Spiked Mango is one of the more desirable fruits in the current Zen event as of the making of this video. If you go to your Zen shop and talk to this guy, the Spiked Mango pops up pretty rarely. Everyone's trying to acquire them. And because it is a spiked fruit, it does work with the blood hedgehog method, giving it even more value. So for now, I'm putting it in the low S, but I'm pretty sure it'll drop out as the weeks go on. Now, the sugar apple, I'm putting in the C tier because there are tons, and I mean tons of them out there. I mean, in my garden alone, I've got about 15 to 20 sugar apples between restocks, and you get Discord notifiers for that, and between Saturday morning admin abuse. Our admin, Jandal, loves to restock the sugar apple for everybody. People are sitting on tons of them. However, they're really useful. I mean, even in this event right now, the Zen event, having sugar apples is great because they're tightly packed, they have lots of fruits, and they're great for collecting tranquil fruits. So they're useful, they're relatively valuable, but they're common as dirt in terms of the rare ones, so I'm putting it in the C tier. After that, we have the sunflower. And in terms of trade value, I think these are highly desirable. I think people want sunflowers. I think people don't have enough sunflowers. They're trickling into the economy really slowly through packs. I think they're going to be valuable. I think a lot of people missed out on the sunflower during that event and are probably going to want to get their hands on one. Then we have the Traveler's Fruit, and I'm putting the Traveler's Fruit in the A tier as, again, one of those rare pack fruits that some people managed to acquire, but many didn't, and they're going to want to trade for. It's a really cool looking fruit in a really cool tree, and not a lot of people have them. I think it's going to have some trade value. Now, if you want to see the easiest S clear, like this is one of the greatest ones in the game. Like this right here, this Candy Blossom, top of S, top of the thing. People who have them are going to be sitting on a gold mine when they trade away those seeds. I honestly don't know how high in value a Candy Blossom seed is going to go. People are going to be desperate to want to grow their own Candy Blossoms. These things are going to be expensive, expensive, expensive. And the last thing we have here is the Super Seed. And for those of you that don't know what this is, the Super Seed is found in the shop in the Forever Pack. And as you spend Robux, you unlock more and more slots. What a lot of people don't know is that every single day at 8 in the evening Eastern Standard Time, it resets that part of the shop. And sometimes the Super Seed is located 2,000 Robux deep into the shop. And sometimes it's located only like 200 Robux deep into the shop. And during one of those times, there's only 200 Robux into the shop, I managed to acquire a Super Seed. How does this work? You plant it in your garden and it can grow into a rainbow version or gold version of any plant in the seed shop. Even the giant pine cone, the burning bud, the sugar apple, the emberloaf, the beanstalk, etc. Quick note though, if you use the reclaimer on your gold and or rainbow fruit and you replant it, it will no longer be gold and or rainbow. So if you plant it, plant it. These seeds are hyper rare. People who pick them out of the shop usually plant them immediately. So people holding onto the seed in their inventory, they're so rare. As such, they might be better than a Candy Blossom or worse. I don't know. I'm going to say worse than a Candy Blossom, but still highly valuable. If you do manage to find one cheap in the shop, hold on to it. Don't plant it. People might want to do rainbow fruits for fun. That was my seed tier trading list. What did you guys think? If I missed anything, comment down below and let me. If there's anything you disagree with, comment down below. If you love it, comment down below. Hit that subscribe button to be part of the first 100K OGs. And as always, guys, thank you very much for watching.